Well, remember the drones that were flying all over the skies of New Jersey and other states in the northeastern area there of the country? Remember that? Remember how the Biden administration came out and told us that it's just life as usual and it's just, nothing big. In fact, here's a reminder before I show you a bombshell statement by the President of the United States. Here's this, and this is a flashback. Drones over New Jersey are lawful aircrafts or even stars, says the Biden White House. And this is back in December of 2024. And White House spokesman John Kirby told reporters on Monday that the drones zipping over resident skies are a combination of personal and professional and government aircrafts. We assess that the sightings to date include a combination of lawful commercial drones, hobbyist and law enforcement drones, as well as manned fixed-winged aircraft, helicopters, or even stars that are mistaken as drones. That's what we were told by the Biden White House. Then Donald Trump got into office and promised to get down to the bottom of what these drones were, and I've got to take it back before going forward. And he said, they're authorized flights by the FAA, and here this is on APP.com. Drones over New Jersey. Why didn't the FAA admit they authorized the flights? Here's what we know, and here's what President Trump said specifically right when he got into office. Quote, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. This was not the enemy, Trump said in a written statement read by the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. Now, it further goes on, and it says this: there was no further explanation as to what research and various other reasons the FAA had authorized. And in a statement, the press secretary said many of the drones spotted over New Jersey were also flown by hobbyists for recreational purposes. In time, it gets worse because of curiosity, she said, of all the drone sightings. There's your flashback. If that really was the case, why didn't the FAA inform everyone of what they were doing? You know what's odd? Donald Trump just came out, I'm talking August 5th, very recently here, and made the statement that there's more to the drone story than they told us. But before I show you that video, I gotta give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold Investments. Look, if you're getting close to retirement, or maybe you're just thinking ahead, you've probably done a great job at saving. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't consider, and that's inflation. The dollar just sitting there as a dollar loses its value. That is why thousands of people are turning to Noble Gold Investments to get their hands on tangible, solid things like gold and silver. And right now, I want to encourage you guys to do the same. Give them a call today at 1-877-646-5347 and talk to one of their no-hassle specialists today about how you yourself can get your hands on physical gold and silver. And by the way, you can also go to lisahavengold.com, fill out that info, and click Get My Email Wealth Kit there on the bottom, and they'll send you an absolutely free protection kit. If you want more information, click that more button if you're on your cell phone, or click the link in the description box below. And by the way, there's always a risk to investing. There's never a guarantee. All right, with that, here is the video.
I wanted to ask you about drones. We had the issue in New Jersey before the election where there are all these people thought UFOs or an attack of the killer drones. And I believe you're doing something about.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know who. I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but yeah. I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big deal.
It's
but,
not something frightening.
No, but I just, so obviously it's something that I know about, and it's not a problem at all.
It was legal.
Oh yeah, that was legal.
Now, I'm going to play that one more time for you because he said a couple things that I want you to notice. Number one, I can't tell you who it was or what it was. It's like who was first and then the what, if you get my drift. And I'd love to actually tell you, but it's not up, ... It's not up, the only two words me left in that, it's not up to me. He leaves out the to me. It's not up to me. Why would the President of the United States say something isn't up to him? Isn't he the freaking president? Is there somebody above him? Look, I love the hell out of Donald J. Trump, but this worries the hell out of me. I want you to listen to that part specifically. Take a watch again.
I wanted to ask you about drones. We had the issue in New Jersey before the election where there are all these people thought UFOs or an attack of the killer drones. And I believe you're doing something about.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big deal.
It's not a look, it's not a big deal. Just forget about it. Kind of the same thing he said about Jeffrey Epstein. It's just not a big deal. It's not a problem anymore. Just forget about it. Wow. But again, who the hell is it up to? Why did you tell us that was what was happening, but yet now you're going to tell us months after the fact, he made that statement in January. Now you're going to tell us that you can't tell us who it was, what it was after the fact, right? Who it was. He can't tell us. And then it's not up to him. That's interesting. That is interesting. Again, here's a picture of some of these drones to give you a reminder there. And by the way, there were lots of theories about what these drones are. And here's a flashback, right? New Jersey mayor says state told him to call hazmat and bomb squad if any of these drones were downed, and that's on the Gateway Pundit. Then we have Zero Hedge. New theory, the drone sightings may be nuclear sniffers following elevated New York City radiation levels, which it could have been. Then we also have exclusive New Jersey residents said they're suffering alarming symptoms after encounters with these drones. There are lots of theories going on about these drones, but now we know that there's obviously more to the story and that Donald Trump doesn't even have the authority to tell us. What the hell? I mean, seriously? I don't know about you, but there's definitely more to the story, I believe. And I don't know what it was, right? I'm going to still lean on, if he's saying who it was, that makes it sound more like it could be another country like Russia and China. And if he were to tell us, that could make us go to war. Maybe that's why he's not, which was always my original intent. But everybody goes off this, oh, it's just our own military. And I'm sure it could be a little bit of both. But when you take into effect the Chinese spy balloon that was rolling over our country for a very long time, and you take into account that Joe Biden was the president of the United States, and he often allowed China to invade our airspace. And when you take into consideration that these drones were over high-end military bases that were not even being shot down, maybe they were running stuff through the military. Could be that too. But anyway, who's holding his tongue? Isn't he the president? Anyhow, don't know what's going on there. Love Donald Trump, but just want to throw that out there. Can't wait to read your comments. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.